Well, it's funny because I think most of the people that probably listen to a podcast are thinking, hey, I would like to become a real estate investor. And I never even crossed my mind my whole life. I was married, I was 30 years old, I had an 8-month old baby. My husband and I split up like really unexpectedly, and I lost my house in foreclosure. My car was repossessed. Like, he took all
Wow.
the money. I had like $75 in my purse and an 8-month old baby. And I was just
Wow.
like, oh, what the heck am I going to do right now?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Dwan Bent-Twyford. In a world dominated by men, Dwan has changed the game. With over 2,000 deals under her belt and 35 years of investing, Dwan will tell all of her secrets. I'm excited to get into it. Thanks for being here, Dwan.
Oh, thanks for having me, honey. I'm super excited to be here too.
Well, you have built such an impressive portfolio around you. How did you get into real estate to begin with?
Well, it's funny because I think most of the people that probably listen to a podcast are thinking, hey, I would like to become a real estate investor. And I never even crossed my mind my whole life. I was married, I was 30 years old, I had an 8-month old baby. My husband and I split up like really unexpectedly, and I lost my house in foreclosure. My car was repossessed. Like, he took
Wow.
all the money. I had like $75 in my purse and an 8-month old baby. And I was just
Wow.
like, oh, what the heck am I going to do right now? And in my 20s, for those of you that are old enough, it was the 80s. So if you didn't know anything about the 80s, it was really wild, a lot of partying, just a lot of job skills I could not use going forward. So I just sat down and, kind of licked my wounds. I was like, well, what am I going to do? I need to get a job. I don't really have any real job skills. I mean, one of my last jobs, I was fired from Denny's. So, like, where do you go from there? And I just made the decision that I already planned to be like the Girl Scout mom, the homeroom mom, the field trip mom, a disco ball in my house, like the fun mom. And I thought, well, if I go get a job, I'm not going to be able to do any of those things. And I waited until I was 30 on purpose to be able to do all that. And so then I was looking at a crossroads, like, well, do I work for myself? Do I get a job? What can I do? What am I good at? I don't know. And as fate would have it, I met a couple guys and they said, yeah, we buy houses and we fix them up and we sell them. And I was like, okay, they buy a house, they fix it up, they sell it. How hard could that be? I could do
Uh-huh.
that. And they told me to go to Palm Beach County, Florida, Courthouse, write down all the foreclosures, use that map book, go knock on doors. Took my baby hanging on my hip, knocking on doors, telling people I could help them out of their foreclosure. And I finally met a woman. She's like, I'll work with you. So she moved out. I moved in. I rehabbed the first house. I made $22,000 on my first deal. And
Wow.
like back in 1990, that was like an entire year's salary for people that had good jobs. And I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm going to do this again. And so for 5 years, I would find a rehab, live in it, fix it, sell it, and keep moving with Ayla until she started kindergarten. And I knew nothing about rehabbing. I really genuinely, from the depths of my soul, thought fixing up meant decorating. So I thought I was going to decorate. So I put in the carpet, the mob, the custom made blinds. I was like, oh, this house needs so much work. So I became a Home Depot junkie. I took every class. Back then, they offered live classes. I was at every live class taking notes, and I'd take a tile class and buy the stuff and go tile the kitchen. And I just fixed this house up basically by myself over like a 6-month period.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Made a bunch of money, and I thought, oh, this is really great. I worked for myself. Ada was with me every day, and I was mad and angry. So like tearing down cabinets and ripping things up and destroying things is really good like therapy for me.
Yeah.
So if you ever go through a nasty divorce, don't go to counseling. Rehab a house by yourself. When you're done, you'll have all your crap worked out. You'll be like, I feel like $1 million and I got 22 grand in my pocket. And that was it. And I just never stopped doing it. And that was 35 years ago.
Wow. I mean, that'll definitely get you into the business, having those early
And I really
wins.
knew nothing. I mean, the guys that talked to me, they gave me a sales contract with like all the little X's where to get people to sign. Like I didn't know anything. And there was nobody teaching back at that time. Nobody's touring and traveling. There was no Google. Like none of that stuff existed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, by the time Ada started kindergarten, I'd done quite a few houses. I had a little money to hire a couple guys who could do like 2 houses at once. And then I discovered wholesaling, and I was like, oh, shoot, I can like find a homeowner, sell it to a rehabber, not have to fix it up anymore. And I started wholesaling like 75 deals every year. I was just killing it
Wow.
and
Wow. And
making
then,
gobs of money without having to live in the ratty rehab. So the last one that I lived in, I stayed in because the backyard had been built by a pool contractor, and it had the most magnificent backyard and pool, and the house was big, and I'd already rehabbed it, so I'm like, I'm just gonna live here for a while. It was in Boca Raton, Florida.
amazing. And in the beginning there, you were having so many early wins. Did you have pitfalls in the beginning that kind of knocked you down and you had to learn from?
In the first 5 years, because Anna wasn't in school, so and I was really happy because I didn't want her to go to daycare. Like, I had all these like things I didn't want. So I was, proud to say she never spent a day in daycare. And for y'all that use it, I totally get it. It's so helpful and useful, but I just wanted to be, I don't know, I just wanted to be like super ultra hands-on. So in the
Uh,
beginning, I didn't know anything. So I'd look at a house and just go, oh yeah, this house looks fine. So I remember one of the houses, maybe my 5th house in, there was all these like bugs flying around. I thought, oh, I have to get this house tinted. Well, they were termites. And I didn't know
uh,
anything about termites. So I had the
oh
house
no.
tinted. And then when I started working on it, like all the wood cabinets, everything was just like powder, like in the whole house. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I had some construction guys I knew say, you come and look. And they're like, oh, all the trusses in the roof were eaten up by termites. So I had to sister stud everything, and so much work on that house because I just didn't know about termites, like something so basic, and especially in Florida. So there was a lot of
Yeah.
things like that where I, just for lack of knowledge, I would buy some houses. I bought one that had some fire damage, and I didn't know that the fire damage is not the bad part. It's the water damage. You
Uh,
soak the house with water, then you lean up against the drywall and it's powder, and you fly into the other room. so I had a few hard learning curves, but I still made money on every single deal. I got them all done, and I just learned to like be more careful about inspecting or to bring someone with me till I really, really knew what I was doing.
Definitely.
So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you were able to really be agile and have the persistence to keep going. And then today, I know that tell us all about kind of your strategy. I know you've seen the market go up and down. Kind of what's been your strategy to have longevity in this business?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So, Kristen, that is such a good question. And I tell everyone this. I said, it's so simple that people just don't do it. So since the day I started, I've been working with the public records at the county courthouse. So in every county in the United States, they have the foreclosures, the people that have been served foreclosure papers by the bank actively in foreclosure. They have the divorces. They have, and two incomes, one is leaving. About 80% of the time it leads to a foreclosure. The probate, so foreclosure, divorce, probate, bankruptcy. 75% of the people that file bankruptcy file within 3 days of their house going to the sheriff's sale to stop the sale. And nobody knows that. And people that haven't paid real estate taxes and landlords that have just completed evictions. So since I started, I guess, at the courthouse, people are like, oh, you should try this service and that service and MLS and da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna stick to that, because if the market is this great, there's still people getting sick, dying, going into foreclosure, getting divorced. That doesn't change. This part of the world is the same. And if the market's down here in the trash, this part of the market's still the same. So I tell people, like, stop buying all the shiny objects and the thing that's going to find you all these leads and some magic thing, because it doesn't actually exist. Just work your area, go right to the public records where it's totally free, and work with the people that need help, because I was one of the people that lost my house. Nobody came knocking on my door to try to help me, and I would have loved to have somebody done that, because I would have worked with them. So I tell people all the time, like, stop making it so complicated. Just stick to the main, like, 6 things that are public record, and that never gets better or worse. It's just the same 24 hours a day. People get married every day, dying every day, divorced every day. Nothing changes. So the market, I feel like that the market doesn't have anything to do with investing. It's where you're getting your leads. And I'm helping the people that are in actual trouble. Even the buildings that we bought in Iowa, all of them were distressed. Every single one. I've never bought a property out of the MLS. I've always just used that for 35 years. And it's like, I've done 2,000 deals.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great resource to tell people about, because I mean, just as you said, people usually source from MLS. People don't even know where to source. So I think that's
They
really
don't
good
know.
insight.
And there's
Yeah.
really almost every county in the United States is online now. So you can get on any county, anywhere. It's free. You don't have to pay a service. Now, we actually live in Bailey, Colorado. So we live at like 8,000 feet in the mountains, like kind of in the boondocks on a dirt road. So my county courthouse is a double wide trailer. So they are not online. So if we want to look at what's happening right here in Park County, we have to actually go there in person, because it's not online. But there's hardly any place, and it's free. So you don't need a service that goes through the foreclosures for you. Just learn how to do it. Pick up a
Yeah.
county, go through, look at all the people, and the public record, if they're in foreclosure, it has their sale date posted, and it has their foreclosure amount posted.
Uh-huh.
And it's all there. You don't have to research for anything. It's just right there.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
I
so
think that's
simple that people are like, it sounds too easy. I'm going to go through some memos. I'm going to buy some property. I'm going to buy this or that. It's like, for the love of God, stop doing that.
yeah. Sometimes the easiest answer is the right answer.
It is. And I started that way. And I tried all the things, all the Freedom Softs and Prop Streams and MLSs and all the things that have been for sale over the last 20 years. And I'm like, I always end up back with the people at the courthouse. Those are the people that are actively right now on this very day, they need help. And I'm more of a helping person than just trying to find a deal with, because a lot of people don't like to contact with the homeowners or talk to the people that are in distress. But I was like, Yeah, but I was that person and I know how it feels, and I would have loved if someone would have come and helped me out. So
Uh-huh.
I'm not uncomfortable talking to them because I'm like, hey, I get you. I was right there in those shoes.
Yeah.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah. I
So
mean, when you come when you come at it from an angle of wanting to help people, I think I agree with you. I think you can have longevity with it because I think some people get kind of predatory about it. But you're right, it really is a win-win situation. And then so as you're niching down, that's what I think is really interesting about this is that you're going deep instead of wide. I think a lot of people try a bunch of things and kind of, spread out their focus, but you really believe that going deep is the way to do it.
it's the only way. I mean, like I said, I tried all the things. I've done all the stuff, bus benches, billboards,
Okay.
TV commercials, like all of the things. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I just get the best response from going straight into the people that are directly actively in trouble right now, because those are
Uh-huh.
the people that don't have any idea what to do. They're just regular folks. They don't know what to do. They don't know they have options. They don't know. Half of them just sit there and lose their house because they don't know. And then they get
Right.
10,000 postcards from all these, and I buy houses cash. I'm an attorney. Let me stop, blah, 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 blah. They get so many postcards, and none of them make any sense to these people. So they just throw them away.
Right.
So it's like,
Absolutely.
just call them, contact them, go knock on their door. They're like, so, like, oh my God, you're an angel. I was praying this morning and you knocked on my door. I want to work with you. Like, people
Yeah.
want to be helped.
Yeah.
And
I
everyone's
love that.
afraid to talk to people. So society today has got everybody so into texting and stuff. People either are afraid or don't know how to talk to people anymore, and that is unfortunate.
Yeah. Absolutely. Having that personal touch goes a really long way. And I know right now you're actually in the middle of rehabbing a whole town. Can you tell us about that?
My husband. Oh my God. So my husband is from Clinton, Iowa. So we're coming up this year will be our 24th wedding anniversary. So his high school is really good. Every single year they have, every 5 years, they have a big, like 200 people, a big giant reunion. And I was like, man, my high school's so lame. They have one like every 10 or 15 years. But we started going to these. And so he's from Clinton, Iowa. So the first one that we went to, everyone met at some little bar type thing in the downtown. So the downtown is like, it's on the Mississippi River. So it's a riverfront town. And it's 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks deep. So it's this much is downtown. And downtown is its own, if you own a building, your taxes get paid into the downtown fund. And then there's like the rest of Clinton. So the downtown's its own like separate little entity. So the first time we went there, he showed me like this used to be the Pennies, this was the Sears, this was that, this is that. And everything was just sitting vacant. And we went to this little bar thing downtown. I was like, yeah, this downtown is so dumpy. Like, what's up with the downtown? But the rest of the city is flourishing. Like out there, they built the casino and the Walmart and the hotels and all the chain restaurants, and downtown's just like sitting there. So I think maybe the second or third time we went back, I said, downtown hasn't changed the whole time we've been coming. And I have been a part of some of these rejuvenation projects in Florida for the downtown areas. So why don't we just ask someone if they have some kind of a fund or a partnership or something? Then we find out they have a whole downtown partnership alliance, and they're trying to get people to buy buildings, fix them up, get them rented, and turn it into like, when you go to like a little downtown, it's got shopping and antiques and breweries, and they're bustly. They're trying to do that. So we were like, oh, okay, that'd be fun. We'll be a part of that. We'll buy a building. So we bought the first building for $35,000 for 20,000 square feet. And it's
Yeah.
right on the main corner. So it's one of the biggest buildings. It used to be J.C. Penney's. I was like, wow, this is a big building. And we fixed it out. And we put in an antique mall. like to bring people downtown. And then this woman called and said, "Hey, I heard you bought so-and-so's building. I have 3 buildings. Would you buy mine?" And we're like, "Well, we can't buy them. You'd have to own and finance them 100%. So she did. She said, "I want to move to Florida. I just want you to mail me a check." And then
Mhm.
a couple weeks later, someone else said, "Hey, I heard you bought Carol's buildings. I've got buildings." And these are all women in their 70s. Their husbands have been dead. They're just sitting with these big old buildings that are sitting empty. And then I was like, "Oh, Bill, please stop buying buildings." And then the bank called and said, "Hey, we have 2 buildings. We'll give you 100% financing, no money down if you'll just buy them." So then we ended up with like 6 more parcels. And I was like, "Seriously, stop it." So anyway, over the course of the last 5 years, we have 28 parcels of land in this
Wow.
little tiny area. And it's super fun because it's something we've never done. Neither of us has ever like done. I mean, I've had a couple tiny light commercial buildings, but nothing like full on 4-story buildings, like, you know, elevators and boilers. And so we vote on doing things. And so now it's we're trying to turn it into like a little Hallmark town. So they have like in the summer, there's live music every Thursday and they block off the streets. And the first couple years, a few hundred people come. Now like 2,000 people come down. Like, "Oh, look at the downtown. Look what's happening." And we have some kind of a festival, fall fest, wine walk with every single like 2 weeks, there's something downtown. And it's growing and other people are coming in and all the buildings are getting rented and getting fixed up. And it's amazing to see the turnaround. And there's 2 buildings, a 6-foot story building. They just put $17 million in it to make lofts, and there's another building a block away that was an old hotel. They're gonna put like 22 million in that one to make that one lofts. So it's
Yeah.
like now that someone started, everyone else is coming in.
Mhm. That's so
So we have
exciting.
28 part. I'm like, "Bill, please, I'm begging you, don't buy any more buildings. Let's get the ones we have finished." But he's like always haggling with people and like, "Yeah, I got another building. It was such a good deal. They just gave it to me." I was like, "I know, but stop it." So it's been super fun. You know, we've learned a lot. Like I didn't know a lot of things about commercial, like old boilers and how much elevators cost to fix. It's like shocking. And so we learned a lot, but I don't know. We've had fun and the town's turning around. And I said, I need to rename this district like the Twyford district
Yeah.
down here. And they just had like a tree lighting ceremony and all these people are coming down and lighting candles. I was like, "Oh, how cute the little town is coming." So it's coming along.
That's
And it's
really
a
exciting.
big project, just like a 10-year project, to get it all
Mhm.
done, everything the way we want it. But it's really doing good. And people downtown and more investors have come about other buildings. And now there's like 2 breweries and there's a place that serves like whiskey or scotch flights or something. And there's a cupcake shop and a cake shop and 2 or 3 antique malls and boutiques. And it's just like, it's completely different than it was just 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's a really exciting project. I'm sure it's a big project as well. I mean, this 20 minutes is going by very quickly, but I would love to quickly ask you kind of your relationship with risk. I think that to do these kinds of investments on this scale, you have to, have a high tolerance for risk. What does that look like for you?
Well, that is so. I tell everyone that says, "Oh, I want to work with you," and they want to work with me and become an investor. I'm like, "Listen, I want you to really think about what is your risk factor, because people that are like out of 1 to 10, 10's high, they're like a 3. They just want to make sure 100%. They need a guarantee. It's like honestly, I don't think you're going to enjoy real estate investing because it changes. Things change all the time. And it's
Hmm.
like, when we bought that first building, well, the first winter, the boiler went out. I'm like, "What's a boiler? It's a big old machine in the basement that runs the heat for the entire building." Do you know how much those stupid things cost? 60 grand. I was
Wow.
like, "What?" So now a lot of people would have like melted down and sold the building. And I was like, "Oh, we'll just fix it. Now we know about boilers." So like, so my risk factor is high. Like Bill and I are both like a 10. Like sometimes we
Hmm.
do stuff and then we think about it later. And so for any big project, you need a really high risk factor. If you just want to
Yeah.
like wholesale and rehab and just do the regular things that everyone does, if you have a risk factor of 4, 5, 6, you're going to be okay. You're going to fix up a house, sell for a little profit, wholesale something, make 20, 30 grand on it. You'll do great. But if you want to get into big things, you just need to be willing to take the risk. And I am one of these people that I never, ever consider the fact that I could fail. Like, it never crosses my mind that I could fail. So I jump into everything. I mean, I started a
Uh-huh.
podcast with no experience. I started investing with no experience. I bought commercial buildings with no experience. I'm like, I'm going to do it. If I do it, it'll be fine.
Yeah. It's probably knowing that you'll be okay if it doesn't work out.
Yes. And that is going back to my first deal. I thought, well, if I try to work for myself and I fail, I can get a job.
Yeah.
But if I get a job, I'll probably keep it till Ayla's 18, and then I'll be 50, and I will never have worked for myself.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's always been like, I'm going to try this, and if it fails, I can go back to something that people would consider stable. I mean, look at the jobs now. Everyone gets laid off and fired. People are only at jobs 2 or 3 or 4 years. There's now like my parents that like worked for the man for 40 years and retired on these crazy pensions. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that's part of it. Is when I did my first deal, it's like, well, if I fail, I can get a job. But if I get a job, I won't be able to invest. I'm going to invest and I'm going to take a crack at it. So I kind of look at everything like that. Like, well, let me try. And if it doesn't work, I can do something else. But if I don't try, I will never know.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, this has been really insightful. It's so fun to hear what you're up to, and building this town is so exciting. So tell everyone where to find you.
Oh, so easy. So I took my first name, Dwan, and the word wonderful, and combined it to Dwanderful. It says Dwanderful, Dwanderful. So you're in the Dwanderful universe. So dwanderful.com. And on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, like all the places, just put in Dwanderful and you'll find me everywhere. If you go to my website, I have a really fun little short real estate quiz that'll kind of tell you like what you know and what you don't know if you take this little quiz, and then you'll get a couple ebooks for free. So it's super fun.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here, Dwan.
Thank you guys. God bless.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope you learned a lot, got some inspiration for your own business. Definitely look up Dwan. She also has a podcast that you should check out. And then we will see you back next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.